What is going on, everybody? Judd here with Asphalt Kingdom. We've got a treat for you today. I've been looking forward to this. I know we've been trying to connect, but really stoked to be here with Aaron Creighton from Eastern Shore Asphalt Seal Coating out of Maryland. Welcome to the Freestyle Jam, brother.
How you doing? How's everybody?
Making dreams come true, man. Making dreams come true. Sharpening our spears, as we say, you know?
You know it.
Yeah, so tell everybody, man. I know a lot of people are tuning in to watch this right now, and I know that you've got a pretty awesome journey that you can that you'll be sharing, and hopefully we can help inspire people. Hopefully we can help people do better at what it is that they're doing, right? People who are already in the industry, considering getting into the industry, but no matter where they are in their journey of life, like maybe we can point out a golden nugget that they can take away today and make their life better, man. So why don't you share your story, Aaron? Love to hear it, man.
I'll be quick as possible. It's pretty long, but I'll be quick. I worked for, in corporate America, as they say, worked for the man, 9 to 5, but really 12-hour shifts. Decided I wanted to do something else as soon as my wife and I got married and we're expecting our first kid. So now I'm going on my third baby. But anyway, third son. So 4 years ago.
Bro. Me too, bro. I got 3 boys.
Yeah, I got a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and my wife's due the end of this month. So thank you. Yeah, so we started, I just got on the internet and started looking. I knew I wanted to be my own boss. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just was looking for something, and was tired of working for somebody else and tired of, not being able to take off when I wanted to and just kind of having my own schedule. So I just got on the internet and looked up, inexpensive businesses to start. Came across, asphalt maintenance. First website I saw was Asphalt Kingdom. Just got on there and started looking around and jotting down notes of stuff I saw on there and trying to figure things out. And I'm kind of a go-getter. So once it was in my head, this is what I want to do. That's what I did. So I made, called you guys just because I had no idea who I was even calling or what I was even looking for. But got a lot of information from you guys initially, what to do, how to do it, the bulk of information on day one that I didn't even have a clue what I was doing yet. So then after that, I got off the phone and I just looking for all the advice I needed from state and local governments, what licensing I needed, the equipment I needed, how much money that was going to cost me. I started calling around to different asphalt companies all over the country, trying to get somebody to talk to me to say, hey, how can this work? And actually I had somebody that you guys have interviewed before I talked to about buying their equipment. And he kind of took me under his wing initially and showed me a bunch of things. I bought his equipment to start up, bought a trailer, already had a truck, made some yard signs, some business cards, and went to town with it. That was my first year. So that was 2020, right at the beginning of COVID.
Yeah.
Like going into the dark, we didn't know what was going to happen in the world. And
so hold on for 1 second. So like, as you're going in 2020, like, were you already exploring prior to COVID? Were you already exploring getting into the industry?
Right. So I
remember.
It was like, I guess, December of 19 is when I really started kicking it around and learning. January 2020, it was my birthday actually. Ended up in Wisconsin in a snowstorm trying to learn how to do seal coating and, the ins and outs of what it is and what kind of equipment there is and just learning. And then, kind of looking on your website at equipment, seeing what I was going to buy. I had no idea. So then we got into business. Technically January 16th was the first day of my company in 2020. Like the next week, COVID hit all over the country, everything shut down. And I was like, oh crap, what the heck's going on here? But we were super busy. I mainly did driveways. I just marketed myself in a driveway scenario. But then my go-getter got to me and I was like, I need more. I want to do some more. I had a little, one of the tote packages from you guys with a trash pump is how I got started. One of the little cast iron pumps and low pressure system, started with that. Then, I was like, well, I need more pressure and I need,
bigger rigs,
hose, and I need all this stuff. I don't want to move my truck off the road to get in a driveway. And so then I went to the following year, second year, I went to a 300-gallon rig that had a compressor, and I was still using the Rhino tool machine or crack machines. And I got to the point where I started doing some 2 or 3 parking lots, and they had 1,000 feet of cracks. And now I'm sitting here like running through blocks of this material and then find myself standing around. I said, there's got to be a more efficient way. That was the first year. We did 83 driveways. I thought I set the world on fire, but with a lot of insecurities. You know, I wasn't sure what was next. How was I going to make it through the winter? Did I do it right? Are the people going to be happy? Are they going to call me back? You know, am I going to, if I'm going to call them, they're going to tell me to skip up the road or what? And I just kind of branded my company in a sense where I got involved with all the Chamber of Commerce's and different organizations locally. And then my wife and I decided we wanted to sell our house and move. So I ended up picking up my whole company, my first year in business, clients that I had, gained some trust from, and moved an hour and a half down the road. But I moved to the beach, and we got to where there's multiple parking lots, hotels, restaurants, marinas, big stuff, a lot bigger than driveways, Yeah. And that first year, I did a storage unit parking lot, and I was, I had 2 of those Rhino Works melters going. My 300-gallon rig, I filled it up countless times, and I was like, there's got to be more. There's got to be something better. I went out and bought a 850-gallon rig, big trailer, used it, and I was like, this is the ticket,
This is the shit right here. This is the shit right here.
It's just game changer. But then I was still in the game of having, so this is, middle of year 2. I'm like, well, I'm still filling these cracks, and it's taking me, the prep work is just taking forever.
You're 2021, right, Aaron? You're 2021 now.
Yep, 2021 season. Going into that season, I had, $100,000 worth of work on the books before I started. 14, 15 parking lots, 75 or 80 driveways initially before I even started seal coating. And then we got into, moving, and I told my wife, I said, we got to figure out something else with this crack machine. So I ended up going and buying a Craftco trailer, the 125 diesel machine to pull. And then I found where I was, instead of just crack filling and seal coating, I was seal coating roads and HOAs and bidding on those jobs and bidding on state jobs. And then, that was through year 2, year 3 last year. Again, just in the winter between, we quit seal coating in November. We start up in 1st of April. During that winter month, those winter months, I started, taking deposits and signing contracts with multiple companies. And it was where we're at. It's a very big resort town, but small community, small local community.
Everybody knows everybody.
Yep. Names started traveling. Hey, we could use this guy, use this guy, use this guy. And that was going into year 3, we just killed it. We did 1 trade show. I passed out like 600 business cards, and we just flooded the market here. Again, getting involved in everything we could get involved in. All the different chambers, all the different management groups and management companies and golf tournaments, sponsoring golf tournaments.
HOAs, everything. Yeah.
So now, 2023, last year, year 3, we just are getting into it. We had a call from the DOD, so we end up doing a project for NASA, doing some runways and taxiways for them. End up seal coating those. Now we're getting into crack routing and filling for big government jobs. We're actually going to start crack filling this week, hopefully. The weather's been in the 60s, so it's really nice out, and we've got unbelievable amount of work. I've got more work right now than more on the books right now than I had all of my first year in business. And this will be going into my 5th year. So, but it's pretty cool because I had a business that I'd started in a town an hour and a half from here. And I did a little bit of work where I'm at now, but not much. And then I find myself, just taking care of those few customers I had where I originally started, but how aggressive, it's really taken off for me locally. And there's other companies that are here, some I have help out each other when need be, but for the most part, we're trying to set the new bar.
It's incredible, man. What a journey. Congratulations on all your success, man. And it's like I often hear from people on the jams that we do and these kind of things where people are like, man, I've done it. Like it actually works. Like I've built something successful here. It really does work. It's not just a dream of false hopes. Like there's demand out there. If you follow that yellow brick road and you really go hard at it with the go-getter inside of you, and you really, really go at it, and you network and you surround yourself with the right people, and you believe in yourself with the utmost conviction, you can unfold things that are magical. I'm not saying by any means that this is easy shit. Like business is not easy.
Uphill battle the whole time, but now I can finally say, in such minimal amount of years in business, but be able to say, well, kind of at a spot where, yes, we still want to grow. Yes, we still want to build, but it's easier. You know what I mean? And now it's not me trying to prove who I am or prove what kind of business I have. It's changing the mindset of people from what asphalt maintenance used to be of, a guy riding around with a bucket and a squeegee trying to make $100. We're trying to build a brand and build a legacy really of how we can, how this is getting better, or how we can improve, and then, improve people's parking lots, striping, it's, encouraging people to restripe and, crack fill, all the preventative things, but it's been great. It's been awesome.
So one of the things that I think is super important for anybody watching this, whether you're considering getting into the business or whether you're a year one in or you're in the business for 20 years, I'll tell you that there's a few things that everyone should write down. And with what I'm about to say, because it's game changing. It's changed our business. It's changed other businesses, companies we coach, people that have built multiple eight-figure businesses that we've worked with. If we understand what the formula is to build enterprise value with our company, it's a simple formula. It's V, value, equals risk over predictive income. And if you say value equals risk over predictive income, what I'm saying here is that formula, if you keep that just parked there for 1 second, and then what you do is right below that, you look at systems and processes and people. And if you look at that value equals risk over predictive income, you need to really think about the top things that could be most risky to your business before you actually go down the path of potentially doing something that could be more risky for your business. And so risk is one thing that's really important. And so I'll say, is it risky right now for Aaron, for you, if something were to happen to you? Is it risky to the business if something were to happen to you, right?
Yeah, so right now, if something was to happen to me, I've got employees that work for me, but my wife knows a little bit, but it would, if something happened to me, it would be detrimental to the company. That's for sure. But we put in place, like you said, systems. So we put in place equipment that has made, well, not only my life easier, but my employees less stressful for them, less stressful for me. So, we initially started out with these, cleaning cracks, cleaning parking lots, start out with, wire brushes and brooms and a hand blower. Then we went to backpack blowers. Then we went to, the push billy goat blowers. Meanwhile, the whole time still you have these little rotary brooms you can use and stuff. So just this past week, I went out and bought a mini skid steer with a 50-inch broom for the, sweeper broom for the front. So that way we can take that on parking lots. It's a heck of a lot faster, less wear and tear on my employees, which in my eyes, without those guys, I don't have a business. I have what I have. I have my brand. I have the talk. I can go to somewhere and sell something to somebody. Without the guys that I have working for me, they're the backbone of the business, and I know that. I try to take care of them for that. But I'm also trying to make it easier on them. So that's why I'm like, do I want to spend $50,000 on this machine? But not really. But is it going to improve the quality of work? the guys like coming to work and having nice equipment. The oldest thing I have in my whole fleet is 2021. So everything's 21 or newer. And I just try to keep updating and growing and, updating with times. It just makes for a better morale and working. Sorry.
And no, it's great, man. I mean, listen, you and I both know if something, no, it's great stuff. So you know that if something were to happen to you, that's risky for the business. And I know that for Asphalt Kingdom, that I'm the key man of it, right? I'm on all the YouTube videos, I'm on social media, I'm the president of the company, and I'm the founder of the company. The business is at risk. And so I need to be making decisions right now that are going to allow this business to live on.
Right.
It cannot, if it relies on me and me only, and I'm holding everything together, it means that I'm not focusing on building enterprise value as much as I should be. So what I'm telling everyone right now, and to you and to me, is identify the top 5 most risky things for your business today so that you can set it up so that you can limit the risk, not eliminate, but limit the risk involved, right? And so, old people talk about getting an old truck because that's all that they can afford to start out. Well, I'm saying buy the old truck to just start out, get your tote system, get going, but don't get stuck in that hamster wheel for too long because that's super risky.
Right.
Versus having newer equipment that's more efficient, that is going to be more reliable and do that. And so risk. And then predictive income, you're talking about a skid steer with a 50-inch sweeper like head on it. Dude, predictive income, when I think of ongoing parking lot sweeping contracts, when I'm thinking of ongoing maintenance contracts or parking lot that allow you to build that predictive income for your company, because when we're building our company, brother, we always have to be building it as though we're going to sell it, right? And if we're building it as though we're going to sell it, the companies that want to buy us will pay a much more hefty multiplier if we have some predictive income looking down into that horizon. So processes, systems, people, value equals risk over predictive income, man. I'm super, super stoked for what you're building, brother. What do you think the next step for you is going to be? You ever going to get into paving potentially down the road?
It's something we've talked about for like the last 2 years, honestly. It comes up and then we discredit it and then we move on. There's a few paving companies around. There's some, bigger companies that are moving in the area. I mean, we're in a resort town, tons of asphalt. The old saying is, the guys that start little end up big and then they can't afford to do the little work anymore. Patching, stuff like that we do, but we have I have a relationship with some paving companies or a paving company right now that does my larger work for me that I just sub to them. So, for me to get into paving, it sounds fun in a sense, but is it really worth it to me? I'd rather, I tell people I want to be the best at this, not pretty good at this, pretty good at paving and pretty good at, hanging windows. So, I'm just one track mind really. So paving, it's been talked about, my wife and I, but again, we have newer equipment to get in that world. I mean, I'm going to spend $1 million. I'm kind of, right on the teetering line of, being debt free in the next 2 or 3 years. Do I really want to take that leap? Especially when I already have a reputable company that I can just call, say, hey, these people called me about wanting a, parking lot paved, and I don't have to worry about them running behind me, going to those people saying, hey, we'll pave it for 10 cents a square foot less or whatnot. So I like that I've built that, relationship, and they're good people. So that's really kind of also been a factor for me to kind of stay away from moving into the paving world. Like I said, it's been talked about. Just, I doubt that's going to happen. And people ask me all the time, they're like, why don't you got the mindset, you got the business sense, you can make it happen. But, in today's world, it's hard to find a crew of 8 guys that want to get up every day and work hard and that know anything about paving. I don't think it's for me.
So I love the fact that you're saying this, and I was hoping we were going to go down this rabbit hole for a minute, because this is really cool. So in 2024, there's $165 billion worth of commercial real estate loans coming due. In 2025, there's $1.5 trillion worth of commercial real estate loans coming due. The cost of capital is rising, and I can tell you that when cost of capital is rising, people are not doing big capital projects.
Yeah.
What they're doing is they're turning to keeping their pavement assets safe, as long lasting as they can, and making them look great for the least amount of money. And that's exactly the niche that we're in.
Yep.
And so you're in a sweet spot, brother.
Yeah, we have so in the state of Maryland, I'm sure there's like this in other places as well, but especially, like I said, we're in a resort town by the beach, condos and hotels and all that kind of big high rise HOAs and stuff. Reserve studies have come in a heavy way, where you got to have X amount of dollars for your parking lot, X amount of dollars for your roof, stuff like that. I'm getting multiple architectural companies that are doing reserve studies and multiple HOAs just as a free gesture, that I go in and take a look at it and say, if I can deter somebody from their capital spending of repaving, where somebody's in a study says it has to be done in 2025, and I could say, look, we seal coat and crack fill in 2025, restripe, maybe push you to 2029, reevaluate it. If that capital spending saving on the HOA, they're graciously going to give me the money, quote, to do the seal coating and all the preservation work. So I think that's really been a big factor for us as well to help.
Dude, that needs to go on like a bumper sticker right there. Like what you just said, that needs to go straight out on a bumper sticker. And these little, I'm not going to call it secret sauce, but these are things that you've learned, and these are extremely valuable. And if people had the understanding of how to go and do those kind of things, it would help them communicate more effectively with conviction and ultimately help their business. So right there, that one golden nugget, like if you're watching this right now and you just heard that, I hope you have a notepad and wrote that down, and you can scale that.
Yeah.
Aaron, what advice would you have to somebody who is in you're considering getting started, or in year one, kind of in that early stage? What would be your best advice to them right out the gate?
Keep your head up, just always look forward, look for the next thing in your career with asphalt, whether it's joining a chamber of commerce or just getting yourself more involved with. Some people like to stay in, the residential side. Some people want to go to the commercial side. Always said, bigger ticket items, less of them. You're starting out small. You don't have to be the biggest guy in town from day one, but just your quality, your consistency, and then being available. That's what's helped me a lot, is monthly dinners I go to, monthly meetings, anything that's free. Take it, do it. Like a chamber of commerce, you spend $150 a year to be a member. Every meeting, be there. Have your logo on, pass out business cards, never forget them. No matter where you're at, the car wash, drop some business cards out. All that stuff's very inexpensive way to get your name out. And also once you do a job for someone, obviously Google reviews are always great, but it's telling their neighbors or talking to another, you get in with a property management group, and then, what can we do for other properties you have? Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to try to find more work. I've never been one to knock on doors. I've never done that before in my life. I don't like doing it. It's not my style, but just putting a good product on the ground, leaving the place cleaner than what you found it, making sure everything's professional. All my equipment is detailed weekly. My trucks are always clean. All my equipment, my seal coat equipment looks like it was brand new yesterday. I don't have any sealer rolling down the side of my trailers. My craft coat machine looks brand new, and we've used it for 2 years. We just constantly keeping up and creating an image and a brand that's beautiful. So somebody starting out is just be clean. Wear clean clothes, a bright, clean shirt. Don't be covered in sealer. Don't have more sealer on you than there's on the driveway. That's not really that's the stigma of the old way of doing it. So if you want to stand out, you got to stand out. And you got to do it in a clean way.
That's so awesome, dude. If you want to stand out, stand out. Like, that's like, put your mind here or go into the upper echelon of the mindset, right? Let's go professional. Let's do the things that we need to do to differentiate, to be unique and go above and beyond, right? If you're going to sit there and you're going to look around thinking, man, I'm going to do 200 push-ups today, and you just sit there in your chair eating potato chips, you're not going to go very far. But get off your chair and go do the push-ups, and you'll start to get in good shape. It's like, put in the work. Go do it. I love this, man.
If you put in the work, it comes to you. You put in the right work. Anybody can grab a bucket and a mop and go squeegee a driveway. But if you show up with a clean vehicle and you got nice business cards and you're clean cut and clean dressed and you do the job right and it's clean and it's professionalism, yes ma'am, no sir, all that kind of stuff, it goes a long ways. And what I've learned is, in the area I live in, I did a 500 square foot driveway for a gentleman. He was so happy, charged a minimum amount of money, did the driveway. He was happy beyond belief for how it looked before it was even dry, and just got to talking to him and come to find out he owns shopping malls. So now he's, from a 500 square foot driveway, now the opportunity to, at least to bid on other projects for him. you know, and just creating those relationships. It's helped me. I mean, it's my life, you know.
You have to be willing to go and touch that door handle to open up the door, right? That's, and then go open the door. Man, Aaron, so good to be on here with you, man. And where can people follow you on social media? I'm assuming they can follow you on all platforms.
We have a Facebook account.
Cool.
To be honest with you, I hardly ever use it. I think I've paid, I don't know, $15 my whole 5 years of being in business for advertisements. I've never, so I mean, I have a website, mdsealcoating.com. You know, we have a Google presence with Eastern Shore Asphalt Sealers, LLC. But aside from that, I mean, we're just, I don't know. I've never spent a lot of money in advertising. Just word of mouth and being involved. Like I said, I guess my advertising expense is being involved in chambers and different organizations rather than, you know, I started a YouTube channel. I've got 5 followers, I think, but I haven't really put any videos on there. You know, I'd rather just put my money and time into meeting the client, meeting the, buying lunch for the HOA president or for the management
the associations. Yeah. Associations, management companies. Yeah.
In there, you know, that's where your money gets spent. Because like I just took on a couple projects this last 2 weeks with a management company that has over 400 properties, not 400 houses, like 400 properties that have, each HOA property has 400 to 600 homes in. So
what an incredible journey, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
What an incredible journey. And I know like you and I could sit here for sure. I know we could go on for a day because how passionate we are about our businesses and what we've actually been able to build. And when you do it with integrity and professionalism and people see that, they're attracted to it. Not just clients, but people within the culture of your organization, right? Like your actual team, and they see that. And so
that's what I tell my guys. You know, when you wear my shirt, like I give them sweatshirts, hats, beanies, boots. I mean, I buy it all for them. But when, you know, I tell them, when you're wearing my brand, when you're wearing my logo, walk straighter, you know, be professional. You know, if you want to go to the bar tonight and have a drink, don't wear my logo. You know what I mean? Just, you know, wear it in a professional environment.
I love that, dude. That is so awesome, man. That advice right there. Again, guys, everybody watching right now, if you're watching this thing, which you are, I can guarantee if you take a notepad right now and you're winding this back to the beginning, take out these golden nuggets and apply them, man. That's just a ton of value, ton of advice that you shouldn't just leave by the wayside. Yep. Aaron, appreciate you very, very much, man. Final words for anybody watching?
Just go get them. Be a strong 2024.
Let's go. Eastern Shores Asphalt Seal Coating. Aaron Creighton, thanks so much, man, for all of your time, and I'm looking forward to catching up. I can't wait to hear how you dominate this year, man. Great things ahead, bro.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Comment down below. Also share this out, and we look forward to having you as a subscriber right here on the YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button and click that bell for notifications every time we push out content. We appreciate you tuning in.
If you like this video, go ahead and check out this video or check out this video. And don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe right here below.